Hey, yo, what's up, man? It's your boy, Derek Brent here of Saint Discussions on Strike 7 Sports. And I just want to talk about the news that came out over the weekend, and that's concerning the New Orleans Saints and quarterback of the University of Florida Gators, Kyle Trask. So there's a report that came out on Saturday, I believe, day before Easter Sunday, and that was about the Saints being a landing spot for Kyle Trask, Florida quarterback, and could be a potential Drew Brees successor, Drew Brees replacement. Um, Here's my thing. It came from Jeremy Fowler, I believe, who first reported out of ESPN. Is Fowler's a reporter that always has that seems to have some close ties with the Saints organization, as far as putting out reports, putting out stories, and of that matter. But here's my thing. I don't have an issue with Kyle Trask if the Saints are interested in him as a potential Drew Brees successor down the road. I don't have an issue with it, but not at 20, not in the first round of the draft, because I believe that while the Saints maybe looking for another quarterback to go along with Winston and Taysom Hill, there are other needs on this team that needs to be filled, such as who's going to be the other linebacker on the other side of standing next to Demario Davis? Who's going to be the other cornerback standing on the opposite side of Marshawn Lattimore, going the other receiver? You know what I'm saying? There's more other pressing needs than that quarterback. Taking a guy like Kyle Trask in the first round. I like the guy, personally, as a quarterback. In his offense, I think he can do great. But not at 28 pick in the draft. I've read his reports, scout report on him. I've seen a lot of his games because he plays SEC team that I follow, the LSU Tigers. Watch a lot of LSU games. Watch a lot of Florida games. Kyle Trask is pretty good. He's pretty good QB. You don't have the greatest arm out there. Mobility is not that great. He has some mobility. I would prefer him over Mac Jones out of Alabama. I just like Kyle Trask as a better QB. I think his mobility is just a tad bit, better than Mac Jones. His pocket awareness is pretty good. I read some things about him, and the scouting report is just, from what I'm reading from the scouting report, is that, and I'm paraphrasing here, is that his mobility, his lack of mobility inside the pocket to move around, it could hinder him. And he could be, in his ceiling is, he's a starter in the league, but his ceiling is most likely a second, a backup QB. Now, that may be true to a certain extent, but these things that what the quarterbacks have coming out of college, they can be fixed. They can be fixed. It depends on where they land at in the NFL. And with Sean Payton, you don't have to have the greatest arm per se to work with Sean Payton. We've seen that in the past with Teddy Bridgewater, Taysom Hill, who I think that there, man. I was just, no. Drew Brees, he didn't have a great arm. However, the biggest thing for Sean Payton, being a quarterback in Sean Payton's offense, is accuracy. Accuracy, timing, and don't turn over the football. Be disciplined with your football, with the football in your hand as a QB. That's the three big things with Sean Payton's offense. You don't have to have a Patrick Mahomes type football, deep ball, Jeff George type ball with Sean Payton's offense. It's a plus to have it, but you don't need it as a quarterback. And Kyle Trask would be great for this offense. Playing in a dome, Mercedes-Benz Superdome, well, the Caesars Palace Superdome. I'm assuming that's what they're going to call it in the future. You don't really need all of that, and you have a fast track. You got some receivers that you can work with. We got Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara. His arm could do some damage in that offense. Get the ball, get the vertical passing game, come back, get the balls going downfield to our receivers. Bring that element back to the offense. Contrast would be great, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do select him. Now, I'm also hearing that Chicago is and may be interested in Kyle Trask. So if the Saints may have to move up in the draft in the second round. I look at all the mock drafts that I've seen the previous last week, all the articles I've read on the mock draft, and Kyle Trask is not mentioned with those other 5 quarterbacks that's projected to go in the first round of the draft. He's not. So he's gonna most likely be a second round pick, a day 2 pick. But it'd be great to see if the Saints could try to possibly move up in the draft and select him. You know, it just, I don't see him as a guy that we would wait at 28 to take. You know, now this week I'm gonna read some more mock drafts, and they're probably gonna have him. He may move up in the first round. Who knows? You know, his pro day. I watched his pro day last week. It wasn't too bad. There wasn't a lot of he didn't overthrow any of his receivers. A lot of the other passes he made, in my opinion, were accurate. Receivers were there. The timing was on point. A few receivers dropped some passes, but it is what it is. But he was the timing was there with the receivers. You could tell that was a big thing at Florida this year. That offense was pretty good. He drove for over 4,000 yards, passed for I think it was 4,200 yards, 43 touchdown passes, 8 interceptions. Big numbers at Florida. We had some weapons to work with too as well. We had the tight end, Kyle Pitts, Kadarius Toney, the wide receiver. So he had some weapons to work with at Florida, and with playing with the Saints, it will be no different. You know, Adam Troutman's going in his second year with that offense. Looking forward to seeing how that turns out. But we'll see, man. Sean Payton is I trust Sean Payton's evaluation of quarterbacks. You know, and if he believes that if Trask is the guy, could be a guy that with some potential in this offense, then I believe it. I trust it. I trust this guy as his decisions making on quarterbacks. You know, his track record has proven that he can develop a quarterback around their skill sets and that playbook to where that quarterback is comfortable and can be successful. You know, but we just gotta see how it goes, man. There's a lot of things gonna leak out between this week and that last week of up to the night of the draft. A lot of stuff gonna leak out. A lot of quarterbacks moving up, moving down in the draft. A lot of mock drafts gonna come up updated, but this player belongs here, this player belongs there. We'll see how it goes though. But anyways, man, that's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. Would you like to have Kyle Trask be a part of the Saints offense and a potential Drew Brees successor in the future? We think he fits the Sean Payton's offense as a QB. That's all I have for y'all for right now. In the description box below, there's a video. Check out Saints, strike7sports.com/Saints for latest content on the New Orleans Saints organization. That's strike7sports.com/Saints for latest content on the New Orleans Saints organization. Have a blessed day. Peace. Who that? Else.